BudoVideos.com, in association with the International Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Federation, bring you the 2012 World Jiu-Jitsu Nogi Championships. To accommodate the overwhelming interest to compete, this event is now a 2-day affair, and BudoVideos.com will be bringing it to you live with our exclusive and groundbreaking multi-mat technology. Every match will be shown. That's 2 full days, 8 hours a day on 10 mats. You do the math. The 2012 Nogi World Championships, broadcasting live November 3rd and 4th, exclusively at BudoVideos.com.
Okay guys, we're here with Team Lloyd Irvin. This is just before the 2012 Nogi Worlds, and all 6 team members are going to show some really nice techniques today. We're going to start out with Keenan Cornelius. Keenan, what are you going to show today?
So I'm going to show a Kimura Sweep / back take that's kind of inspired by the Kimura trap when Master David came down and showed us. So especially in Nogi, it can be really hard to sweep someone from half guard here, because if I start coming up for the underhook or anything, it's very easy for them to get in the whiz or hold me down. So when someone's going to pass half guard Nogi, a lot of times they put their hand on your knee here to press the leg down to stop you from being able to recover guards. They put pressure here. So if they leave their elbow out, there's always the opportunity to attack the Kimura here. And this happens a lot. You get the Kimura position, you try and finish it, and they defend just by grabbing inside their own leg, and it can be really hard because they have so much weight here. They have a lot of, real easy to defend in this position right here. So what I'm going to do is I shrimp out, and I'm trying to free my bottom leg out from half guard. So if you look here, I'm just shrimping, pulling my bottom leg out while I maintain the Kimura grip. Once my leg is out, I'm going to extend my arms hard into his hips here. I'm pushing, like trying to force his hand the way he's already pushing it right onto his thigh. I'm not trying to pull up to actually finish the Kimura anymore. I'm just using that as a control point. My top arm is going to lock down on his shoulder, bringing his shoulder close to the mat. Then from here, I'm actually going to extend my body outward straight like this. Now it's very important I keep my arms straight so he can't posture up here. If he tries to posture up, my arm is blocking his shoulder so he can't come up. Now I'm going to hot dog roll right through, just to this position. Roll all the way through, and I'm going to use my legs as a pendulum motion to pull, and now my bottom elbow is pushing on his chest, and I can tilt him over. You have a lot of leverage here. And then from this position, we still have the Kimura. We can just get right to our knees here and start to attack the Kimura, and it would be a sweep, and you can end up in this position here. One more time. Playing half guard, opponent starts to try and pass. He leaves his elbow out, I immediately get the Kimura grip. Always with the Kimura grip, make sure you have the monkey grip, thumbs with your fingers here. I'm going to extend into his body as I shrimp, rotating all the way through, make sure my head looks to the way I'm going to turn because I don't want to get my neck trapped underneath him. Extending my arms straight, using my legs as a pendulum to tilt him right over. From there, come to our knees, we can finish the Kimura right there. So one time fast. Just like that.
Very nice, thanks Keenan.
Yeah.
JT, what do you got for us today?
I'm going to show a really good transition I like to do a lot from the basic choke, head and arm choke. But we're going to, instead of finishing the head and arm with our arms, we're going to finish with our legs, back to basic triangle choke. So, you know, any situation where you get the head and arm, I like to get it from side control. Usually I get a lot of people trying to buck off, trying to buck me off here, and when they do that, they shoot their arm across. Big mistake a lot of people do. So from here, whenever you catch someone doing this, you want to drop your ear right to their shoulder, trapping their arm there. From there, shoot your left arm as deep as possible. Get your good gable grip here and lock it nice and tight. From here, I like to cut my right leg across until my knee hits the mat. Then I windshield wipe with my left and get to the other side. And from here, I sprawl out and I start walking up towards his head, trying to finish the head and arm. Now, if you can get the tap, perfect. You get the tap and you win your match. But, you know, I find that at the highest level, guys are experienced and they know how to defend this kind of choke. So from here, a really good transition that I love to do, and I hit it a lot, is shooting right to our triangles. From here, I'm gonna go onto his knee on belly. I'm gonna go to a knee on belly here. And from here, normal reaction is what? For him to push my knee off. Once I feel that, now I know his right arm's at my knee, his left arm's up here trapped. I have a good opening to shoot my left leg over, and I continue rolling over my left shoulder, locking into my triangle. So again, and then my side control, good pressure, he bucks, we lock. I drop my head nice and tight, keeping his arm in there. I'm gonna cut across, I'm going to full mount. Once my right knee hits the mat, left knee comes in tight, windshield wipe, sprawl out, Start walking up towards the head. He's defending it well. He's not tapping. So from here, I'm gonna go to knee on belly. Once I feel him go to push my knee off, I'm gonna pick my knee up and shoot it over the shoulder. Keeping my two legs nice and tight. Now I'm continue rolling over my left. Keeping his head down. Now once I get here, we readjust. 2 hands on the head, we get our tap. So one more time.
Beautiful technique, JT. Thank you. Next, we got the newest black belt, BJJ.
Start from half guard and show how I pass the half guard. When I'm in the half guard with my left hand flat under his head, my right hand is gonna clasp just with a basic gable grip, and I'm gonna start the shoulder pressure with my shoulder right under his chin. With my right foot, it's important that I walk my foot up to his butt so I can have my knee pointed to the ceiling. So my heel to my toe, heel toe, all the way up to his butt. So my knees point to the ceiling so I can free my knee. Second my knee is free, I'm gonna drive all my weight into a shoulder, trying to put a shoulder to the mat, putting my hips to the sky, turning my knee out, and cut my leg through. It's important when I'm doing this that I'm not squeezing. A lot of people, when they do shoulder pressure, they just try to squeeze his head. I'm gonna walk my foot to the butt, but I'm not gonna squeeze his head. I'm not gonna use any arm motion. I'm just gonna use my body, keep my shoulder under his chin. I'm gonna drive his chin to the mat as I point my hips to the sky. It's gonna allow me to turn my knee out and cut through. And it's also gonna stop all his movements because he's not gonna be able to shrimp or recover guard when his chin's at the mat. So one more time. Just making sure that I'm always using my body to put his chin to the mat, not squeezing.
Very good, thank you.
All right.
What do you got for us today?
So this move was also inspired by Master David Avalon when he came in and worked with us on the Kimura Trap series. So Mr. Frank, you back for me? So normally, normally people will come and pin this arm inside. But I like to play with this arm, and a lot of times the person will try to come up and sit up on me. So while controlling this grip, making sure that he cannot get to his elbow as he goes to sit up, I'm gonna loop over and I'm gonna roll, making sure that I pin the arm to his body because I don't want him to get his elbow to the mat. Now, of course, I can come up and finish the Kimura from here, but if he goes to turn into me, I come here, boom, and I finish the armbar. So again, I'm gonna control the same side, and because I'm not pinning this side, it will allow him to sit up. I'm gonna roll, making sure the hand stays close to his body, but if he does get his elbow down, I'm gonna come over, boom, finishing the armbar. And one more time.
Very nice, thank you, Magic. And David Avalon?
Okay, so I'm going to show a simple attack off the Kimura, so you'll be flying your back to it. So a lot of times, you'll get the Kimura from the side mount, and the guy will grab his shorts, he'll defend strong here, so even when you come up, you're getting stuck. And sometimes he'll even lock his hand, where even if you could tear the shorts out, he's just really strong in this position here. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to fall on my side, boom, and lock on for the head scissors, and I just finish by extending the legs here. Now the key point that most people have trouble with is that to get the head scissors right, you need to have your center of your knees lined up right through his throat. And the top leg's always easy because it naturally has a hook. The bottom leg is the one that's tricky. If my knee's a little too deep, it won't work. If it's a little too shallow, it won't work. So the best thing you can do is just feel like where the knee is boniest, where it's sharp, and you want that to go right in the center of his neck. So then at that point, I'll cross and I'm just extending my legs forward. So again, if we go here, Kimura, I pull him up, he's locking, okay? And an important note here is that I don't want to drop my knees to the mat because then I'm going to start already too deep. So I want to start here, sag, and then as I'm falling, I'll let the leg shoot in just a little bit so that both my knees are lined up I'll cross over the top and finish it. One more time at full speed.
The leg scissors is not so common in jiu-jitsu. It's more common in catch wrestling. Would you call that a catch move?
No, I mean, I don't put names to styles, you know, it's just techniques. It works. It's karate, jiu-jitsu, taibo, it doesn't matter. As long as the move works, it works, and there's no like taboo moves for me.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Last but not least, Lloyd Irvin.
So from here, I'm going to work what I call the Irvin slicer. I'm going to show it from the counter to the reverse Kimura lock. So I'm controlling his wrist, controlling his head, controlling his head. I'm coming here and I'm moving forward here. What I'm going to try to do now is push out to the reverse Kimura, but he's defending it. And as he's defending by pushing his hand back in, I'm going to switch here and come here. Pulling forward, turn my thumb down and the hips up to get the submission. So I'm working here, I push in, I control, I use my legs forward to get the trap. Trap, trying to push him out. He's not letting me come out, and then so I immediately come back in. Thumb pulling straight here, leg comes over, making sure his arm stays between my legs, and I'm here. Pulling as far as possible, thumb turns down and hips go up. So full speed.
What do you call that submission that you're getting at the end there?
The Irvin slicer.
So it's not a bicep slicer, but going against the forearm.
Correct.
Is that painful, Keenan?
Super painful. That's the worst. Being Uki core.
This is one of the money moves this weekend.
Oh, okay. Great. Well, thanks so much for coming in, guys, and
Thank
thanks for showing your techniques. Lloyd, you're doing excellent work.
Thank you very much.
Good luck at the Nogi Worlds, everybody.
Thanks, sir. Thank you.
Team Lloyd Irvin.
That concludes this installment of This Week in BJJ. Subscribe on iTunes, watch and review past episodes, and then be sure to join us again next Friday night, right here for another live edition of This Week in BJJ.